Cheers.
My beer is out.
Oh no! Oh no!
Shit. It's empty.
Anyway,
Cheers.
So, hello guys, welcome to the first episode of our Australian road trip guide, I would say.
So happy we're finally doing episode number 1, right?
Episode
We're finally
number
here.
1 out of 5 if you want to check out the other coastlines such as oh no, it's not a coastline, that's an island. But
Yeah, other episodes.
yeah, if you
Yeah.
want to check out the other episodes, we made a guide about Tasmania, the East Coast, the Red Centre, and the West Coast. So if you're interested to explore some other parts of Australia, make sure to check out the other ones. The other videos, they are, I think I will just put them into a playlist so you can find it somewhere around here in the screen. And yeah, I would say let's just jump straight into it. I have a paper in front of me with some basic questions. And one of the first one is, how long should I travel along the South Coast? What do you think?
I mean, traveling the South Coast, first of all, the South Coast is one of those coastlines that not a lot of people talk about. Not a lot of people talk about the South Coast because it's huge. It's pretty big, and it's not as touristy as, let's say, the Red Centre or the East Coast or Tasmania. But it's still very pretty. The South Coast, the general temperature on the South Coast is a bit lower. So
I think we took about like 5 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We did it in 4 weeks, I guess, but in our opinion, you should plan around 5 weeks
yeah, 4 to 5 weeks
to
is sweet.
take your time. Please,
Yeah.
guys, take your time. Don't rush it through. There are so many good spots
Definitely.
to visit. And
Yeah.
so the second question: where should I plan to spend some more time?
Oh wow. I mean, obviously, like for me, Fitzgerald National Park was one of the most pretty national parks I've ever been in. And I remember that we went there together. We were alone.
Yeah.
It was just us. And then on top of that, Lucky Bay around Esperance, that's just another world. I'm already having a hard time picking out 2 out of all the pretty spots. But
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
had to pick out 2, it would be Fitzgerald National Park and around Esperance, especially Lucky Bay area. That's just really pretty.
And the places around Adelaide.
Yeah.
And the closer you come to Melbourne, such as
Definitely.
you already said it, Fitzgerald National Park,
Yeah.
but the Grampians.
Yeah, the
are
Grampians
in
is also
between.
sick.
Right, next to the next question. How much money I'm gonna spend on the South Coast? This is a topic, money spending is always difficult to answer
Definitely
in Australia
complicated.
because it really depends on how you travel, what type of car you're driving,
If you
what
smoke
do you
or not.
prefer, if you smoke or not, how many beers are you consuming.
But we made a pretty clear video about it.
Yeah, we made a video about it, which is a more general approach to it, where we talk about
Spending.
spendings in general, and yeah, I'll put the link somewhere here in the screen. Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, look there.
That's over
Oh,
here.
maybe. Okay. Cool. So now that we have answered the basic questions, we're gonna come to our list and we're gonna go through it. And the first spot you're gonna start in Perth.
I mean,
probably.
the Perth. We're gonna start at the place we met up.
Yes,
The place we
yeah.
actually met is Perth.
Yeah.
Perth as a city, I think it's just the biggest underdog Australia has.
The
Perth
biggest-
is
You
absolutely
described
pretty.
it very good. It's the biggest underdog.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize how pretty Perth is. If you get the chance to stay around any city a little bit longer than just a couple of days, spend it in Perth. It's a super pretty city.
Yeah.
The public transport is good. People are nice. You have some good work opportunities as well in Perth. There's a lot of work around there because not a lot of backpackers go there.
Yeah.
Definitely a really cool place. And then it's a very good place to start off your South Coast trip. First best spot is probably gonna be in the bottom corner, Margaret River.
Margaret River. Yeah.
Also popular for surfing, I think. Very pretty wildflowers.
Yeah.
Super cool spot.
Yeah.
And then going from there, you go into Warren National Park.
You go into Warren National Park.
Right.
And that was the national park where we climbed up on the tree.
Yeah, I think it's called the bicentennial tree.
Yeah.
It's 65 meters high.
Yeah.
If you get into the area, definitely do it. It's sick. Following from Warren National Park, we're going to Porongurup.
I don't know how to pronounce it. Porongurup.
Oh yeah,
National Park.
Porongurup. That was it. Porongurup National Park is with the big boulders. Very cool national park. We actually had a lot of rain there, so it was a bit different for us. It was still very pretty.
Yeah.
And then when you come from Porongurup, where are we going then?
I have Mount Frankland National Park on the list.
I don't remember anything about that.
Me neither, but I think it was a nice hike. If we have an image, we're gonna blend it in here right now. One of our favorite spots,
Fitzgerald National Park.
National Park.
I mean, you can pop in like 100 pictures right now. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Everywhere.
It's a national park where we traveled together.
We also
as well.
did this really nice beer picture where we cheers.
Yeah, like that. I remember that. It's been one of the prettiest national parks that I've ever been to. It was also super weird because we were there all alone. We had the feeling the whole day that we were not allowed to be there. Because there was no one. We couldn't realize.
It was empty.
It was empty.
Empty. So empty.
And that's impossible for such a pretty site normally.
Yeah.
When you're in Europe, there's no way you're going to find those pretty sites with no one in there.
Yeah.
And it was just no one. So definitely one of the best spots.
To me, it was one of the very special places because it was the first time you could see the pure nature of Australia. Untouched.
Sick. Definitely untouched.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the good word for Southcoast. Definitely untouched every now and again.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
So leaving Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald, coming to Wave Rock.
Rock.
Which is a nice day trip in our opinion.
Yes, it's a long drive.
It is a long drive.
Wave Rock, but it's super unique to see.
It is unique. It is interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know another place where you see similar rock formations?
Nah.
Can you call it a rock formation?
Yeah, it's definitely a rock formation.
Yeah.
So it's a rock formation that it's sort of blended into the shape of a wave. Hence the name. That was a good name for it.
Yeah.
Wave
yeah.
Rock. I thought it was worth the day trip. There was also someone in our car who thought it was not worth the day trip. I really thought it did, and you did the same. So let's say it was a really good idea.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good day trip. Yeah. Coming to the next spot, Esperance.
Oh my god.
Pink Lake.
Esperance, Pink Lake, and Lucky Bay is gonna be super unique. Pink Lake is super pink, and Lucky Bay is super blue. It's the contrast that you can see in one day. It's just unreal. There's no way you're gonna find this kind of color.
We did one image where you can see the contrast.
So one is blue and the other one's pink. Yeah,
it's
sick.
Here. Yeah,
It's a good picture.
Yeah.
That was definitely around the area.
And Lucky Bay.
Lucky Bay was unreal. With the kangaroos on the beach, we were just chilling there, and they would just hop onto our picnic cloth. We were just sitting there. We were just eating out there, and they were just chilling with us.
And the watercolor was so saturated. It was
saturated.
It was too.
It almost looks fake.
It almost looked Photoshop.
And it's not.
Someone pull up like the saturation slider. Like, that's not
way too much.
Way too much. Like this is way too saturated. Who this looked like advertising in real.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely good.
Yeah. Kalgoorlie.
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 Kalgoorlie is the place where we started to do our longest world golf course. So
this is a special tip at this point.
Yeah, they're so
secret.
Starting in Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie is a little mining town. We went to the super pit over there.
Mm.
It is the biggest gold pit in Australia. I think it was called the super pit. And starting in Kalgoorlie, you can start at it's something very unique. It's called the world's longest golf course, and it reaches all the way from Kalgoorlie to almost Adelaide. I think on top of my head, it's like 1,400 kilometers or 1,500 kilometers. I think it's a 12-course golf course, and we had a lot of fun doing it. So it's a 200-kilometer drive between every golf course, and then you play another match of golf, and then you drive another 200 kilometers, and you do that a couple of times.
Especially in the middle part of the South Coast.
Yeah.
Right? This is a nice.
It was really unique.
Break. Yeah, you can do a nice break and just play some golf at the gas station mostly.
Yeah, the gas stations, roadhouses. It really gave us a fulfilling part of one of the next things, because I think the next one is the Nullarbor Plain, right?
Yes, the Nullarbor.
Nullarbor is super weird. So Nullarbor comes from the Latin word null, is zero, and a bar is trees. It's just a massive stretch of Australia with nothing. Yeah. Absolutely nothing. Just road and flat earth. No bushes, no trees, nothing. And it was really fun to play the golf there. Yeah. Because every now and again there would be some sort of bushes and we could play some golf. Yeah. It's generally seen as one of the most boring parts of Australia because it's literally nothing. But we found that very entertaining, that it was nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's super unique.
Yeah, yeah.
So definitely worth going there.
Yeah.
I would say so.
And the next, but I think this is just a tiny part, but on the Nullarbor you're gonna drive on, I think it was 100-mile straight road.
100-mile straight road, yeah.
I think the longest straight road in Australia.
Yeah, it's the longest straight road in Australia. It was 100 miles, so that's 140 kilometers, whatever, or 130 kilometers. It took us almost 2 hours to cross that road, and we barely had to move the steering wheel because it's just straight. Yeah. It's a unique place. It's the spot where everyone just takes a picture of the sign. Yeah. We had fun driving it.
And I think in the middle part of it, you come along the cliffs.
It feels like the end of the world. It's like just world and just nothing. Yeah. The sea, an endless sea. Yeah. Really weird sight as well. I come to think about it, it was so weird, Nullarbor, right? Yeah. It's a super unique spot.
And so I think another thing was, another special, I don't know, it was a bit strange. You come, you cross another time zone.
Yeah, there was many time zones.
Yeah.
There was like a couple of them.
And there's one time zone which is like
15 minutes
of West Coast Australia, Western Australia and South Australia.
Yeah.
And then you have this tiny bit of 45 minutes difference.
There were weird time zones.
It was very unique.
Yeah, super unique. I remember this
honestly, it doesn't make sense.
You remember the roadhouse we went to? There was like 5 different clocks on the wall.
Exactly.
Yeah, super weird.
I think they just needed an attraction for tourists.
Yeah, no idea.
Look at us, we have our own time zone, we don't give a damn.
I also remember that was the town that had like a population of 40 and like 4,000 kangaroos, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, you did the sign. The sign. Yeah. If you have it on your hard road, you can blend it in.
Yeah, blend it
in. Streaky Bay. There was another pink lake on my list.
Oh yeah, Streaky Bay definitely had the pink lake. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I think Streaky Bay was also. Let me just off camera get this out real quick. Yeah, Streaky Bay. Oh, that was the one with the shot. Mm-hmm. The pink and blue. So yeah. Streaky Bay was the spot where we actually talked about before. It's weird road where on one side of the road it's blue water and on the other side it's pink. Yeah. Super unique picture. We'll just snap it in right now. Going from Streaky Bay, where are we going then?
You're gonna arrive. I think the place was called Devonport.
Devonport.
Devonport. Maybe blending the name somewhere here, but this is the place where you're gonna stop to refill your car with the necessary supplies, food, everything you need for the camping trip. Because from there, I think this is the biggest town you come across since Kalgoorlie, probably.
So since Kalgoorlie, yeah. Kalgoorlie is fairly huge, yeah.
And at this point, you probably already drove like
couple of thousand kilometers.
A couple of thousand kilometers. Yeah.
Definitely.
And from there, the street goes to Flinders Range National Park.
Flinders was amazing. Yeah. Very pretty national park. Definitely worth the trip.
It is a beautiful scenery.
Yeah, definitely. It was very good. There's so much to tell about Flinders. just don't go into detail. Just literally go there. It's amazing.
Go there, enjoy the scenery. Flinders Range is really about the scenery. Like you
Yeah.
don't have this particular spot. It's
The whole
place,
thing is
the
just
whole
very
thing,
pretty.
Yeah, and the journey.
Definitely.
I think it's a 2-3 hour drive until you arrive.
Yeah, it's quite a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like when you're driving the South Coast, time starts to vague.
Yeah.
Like everything is becoming just a trip. Doesn't
Yeah.
really matter how far it is anymore. And help me remember, what was after Flinders? You going to Adelaide then?
Yeah, you're going to Adelaide.
Right.
Yeah, which is
Adelaide's very pretty.
yeah.
I
it's
stayed there for a
pretty-
little while. I think you didn't get to stay there in Adelaide. Right, did you?
I did, but on another trip.
Oh, you did another trip.
I
yeah.
did couch surfing in
Sick.
Adelaide.
I did couch surfing as well in Adelaide, which was
Yeah.
really cool. So yeah, Adelaide, not as cool as Perth, in my opinion. It was
Yeah.
a different city, but still definitely worth the trip. And
And there's one spot I remember. We blended in somewhere here the title or the name of the spot is like a nice view where you can see where you can see the whole city
right.
from above.
Oh yeah, I
You have a
remember.
beautiful panorama.
Yeah, I remember this story.
Yeah. you-
and then also on top of that, the Adelaide has really nice vineyards around it. The wine regions around Adelaide are amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really good. If you like
Really.
wine, Adelaide is definitely a place to go.
Yes.
So is Margaret River, actually. Also
Yeah.
a good spot.
Yeah. So and when you leave Adelaide, you're gonna come across Grampians National Park.
Grampians is just... We can make a whole nother video about the Grampians. That's just
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really close by from Adelaide and also from Melbourne.
Yeah.
So it's really good you're really able to do this trip also as a long weekend trip.
Yeah.
Let's say you're coming from Melbourne, you're flying into Melbourne, you want to see something cool. You don't want to go do the Great Ocean Road, go to the Grampians. If you're flying into Adelaide, for example, Grampians is definitely a really good spot to go for the weekend.
Grampians is diverse because
Yeah.
you can have short day hikes, you can
Long day.
you can long day, you have
It's
something
pretty,
in
there's a
between.
lot of altitude as well.
Yeah, you
Um,
have a lot of options.
yeah.
This is why it's so interesting.
Definitely
to
very pretty, yeah.
every target group, yeah.
100%.
And when you come from the Grampians, you will sadly, the road trip will come to an end.
Yeah, definitely. After the Grampians, you're gonna do Great Ocean Road, for example, but it's one of the most well-known road trips in Australia. So it really needs a whole nother category, to be really honest.
Yeah.
And then you end up in the most pretty city, the best city in the world. Really, it's Melbourne.
Melbourne.
We could make a whole playlist for Melbourne. Like not even one video.
About each district.
Not one video wouldn't be enough to cover the loading that Melbourne
Yeah,
has. It's massive. It is for me, it's the best city I've ever been to. It's the best city you've ever lived in. And that's where your south trip is gonna end. And you're gonna go over into.
If you want to have a video on Melbourne,
Let
us know in the comments below.
Maybe we'll make another video just about Melbourne. We have a lot of tips and tricks in Melbourne.
Yeah.
We both stayed there for quite a while.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, coming from Melbourne up, we're gonna go into the next road trip, which is the East Coast. If you want to see the video,
I need to correct you. It's Tasmania.
Oh, it's Tasmania first.
It's Tasmania.
Oh, you're gonna take the ferry.
Yeah.
All right. That's
so-
on you.
That's on me, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at this point, you weren't able to go on Tasmania due to some
Minor how do you say that? Minor inconveniences.
yeah, something happened along.
Yeah,
the
my
way.
car got stolen, but that's
Yeah.
alright.
That's another story.
Yeah.
So we have arrived in Melbourne, and I don't know how many spots we've been going through.
It's quite a
maybe
lot.
count it later.
A week of 5 worth of traveling, and
Yeah.
well, we're arrived in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Our road trip is done now.
Yeah.
If you want to see the next video up, it's down in the link, and if you wait long enough, the next video will just appear like that.
Yes.
We're going into Tasmania. We really hope you like this video. Please leave a like and subscribe on the channel to see all the next videos coming up, and we hope to see you in the next video.
Cheers.
My beer is out.
No.
It's empty.